what's good? If you don't know me, I'm 5 guys. How to lean bulk
This Chipotle
on a budget. 3,000 calories, 180 grams of protein. I don't know if that's per day. I mean, 3,000 calories. But because I've been like, oh, so you guys can even see the video. There we go. Don't even worry about it. Anyways, I have been trying to bulk recently. Let me see my fitness pal. How much the calories I gotta eat per day? But I know it's around that 3,000 range. Look, I gotta eat 3,660 calories per day to get to 180 pounds. So, if you like me, bro, you're like 160, you're trying to get up there, watch this video. Yeah, this
bowl costs $10.12, but only has 33 grams of protein. But this is 5 meals of my meal prep that costs less than $9 with 185 grams of protein.
And today I'll shop, prep, and eat a full high-protein meal plan
to show that eating big doesn't have to break the bank. And it all begins at the most budget-friendly grocery store in America, Aldi. This is really the only place you should shop if you're tight on budget. Let me prove it to you.
But before I get to shopping, here are the rules of the
Definitely
diet.
don't shop
Rule
at
number
Whole
1,
Foods.
I need at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That means a minimum of 170 grams of
Those
protein.
173,
2, clean,
not bad.
whole foods, no dirty bulking or low quality ingredients. And 3, flavor, because every meal has to taste good. And most importantly, it has to be cheap.
First item on the list, got some honey wheat bread. You're gonna see what I'm gonna make with this for the last meal of the day. Some nice old carbohydrates, buddy.
That reminds me, I'll show you everything I grab at the store and why, then back home we'll break it down into protein, carbs, and fats, and exactly what this haul costs before I start prepping and eating.
Now I have some peanut butter right here, and if you
How long
see,
does that last
both
them?
of these say they're natural. One of them is actually natural, the other one isn't. This is the natural stuff. It's literally just peanuts and salt. This one has peanuts, cane sugar, palm oil, salt, molasses, but when you're tight on a budget, this is just fine. I've never heard of anyone dying from eating this type of peanut butter as opposed to this type of peanut butter, but if you got a little bit of extra budget, you can spend it $1.95 for this entire jar. I'm taking that for a fat source.
What the
Now on to one of
fuck?
the
Are we
most
serious?
underrated carb source, 5 pounds of potatoes for $3.59.
Okay, I gotta go to
Satiating
Aldi
carbs.
tomorrow.
When you're bulking, you don't want too much of these, but it's still definitely such a great carb source. Got a bunch of fiber in there, and they just taste
I want to know how to make
so
smashed potatoes,
delicious
bro.
going in the
It's
cart.
like,
Now we're in the
Well, I
sauce
mean, mashed
section, and I have
potatoes,
2 of
bro.
the best and most versatile condiments. I got some Texas Pete hot sauce, best hot sauce on the market, and I have some regular yellow mustard. These are both 0 calories. You can eat as much of it as you want. Sauces are one of the best ways to make your budget-friendly meals actually taste good. If you got some extra budget, get a bunch of different sauces, and you can always use them, mix and match. Right now, hot sauce, mustard, they're my go-to. Now, we got some good old broccoli. You might be saying, Casey, you're bulking. You don't want to take up too much stomach space, and we don't. But when you're bulking, you definitely
want no
want some
broccoli,
vegetables
bro.
in there so that you actually are getting the micronutrients. You can't only eat protein and carbs and fat. You gotta get some vegetables. You gotta get some fiber in there. That'll make your digestive health so much better. Don't neglect that on the bulk. I'm getting broccoli right here, $1.79 a pound. Not too bad. Now right here is a bag of mini avocados. $3 for this entire
I did buy
bag.
avocados
But
the
if you're
other day,
bulking
so-
on a budget and you just want the fat from avocados, let me show you something a little bit more cost effective. And right here, I have Pure avocado oil, which is pure healthy fats, 14 grams of fat, 130 calories. This is so easy to put on your meals and add extra calories for not too much money. It's $6.49 for this entire jar, which is 33 servings instead of the 6 avocados that we were getting. So you're saving a bunch of money. Just make sure it's 100% pure so you're not getting any of them seed oils in there. Seed oils! All right, now I got this big bag of onions that would probably last me about 2 months, $2.49. I'm only gonna use a little bit, but this is a great way to enhance the flavor of your meals. You'll see exactly the way I'm using them, but don't go on a date afterwards. You might have a little bit of onion breath. One of the cheapest and cleanest carb sources. We got regular white rice. This is jasmine rice because it tastes the best. It's $6.19 for 5 pounds. You really can't beat that. You know bodybuilders eat rice. We're gonna add these to a few meals. And another staple
got some rice,
bodybuilding
too.
carb source. We got some quick cook oats right here, $3.99, 30 servings.
Every
in
Sunday,
this
I might
tub.
just
This'll
get on
last
that,
us
just,
way
like,
longer
prepare
than a
every
week.
meal.
They're oats. We already know about them. Put the oats in the cart, boy. Fries in the bag. Bodybuilders, it's put the oats in the cart. Now for a protein source, you may be saying, Casey, why are you not buying canned meats? Those are the cheapest. They may look like the cheapest, but this is actually 2 times more expensive than if you bought your chicken and you cooked it. So we're actually not getting this. It's not as budget friendly as you think, and they just taste bad. Don't eat canned meat if you don't don't have to. Now, seasonings are things that are absolutely fantastic to make your budget-friendly meals taste better. You get a myriad of seasonings, store them in your cabinet, and use them however you'd like, but it's something that I'm not gonna actually include in the budget. You should already have seasonings in your cabinet. If you don't, start stocking up. No white boy seasoning around here. We want all that seasoning, buddy. Looks like we caught the honey on sale. This is a perfect pre-workout carb. Yes, it does have some sugar, but that's actually what we want in our pre-workout meal. You get an absolutely absurd pump. It's all natty, just like your boy going in the cart. I got something special planned for that one. It is now on to the protein section, and what I have is whey protein from Aldi for $8.29 for 19 servings. That is an absolutely insane deal, and I have so much protein at home from Rise subs code Casey, that I'm actually not gonna get this. But for the sake of this video, because you can go out and get this from Aldi, I'm gonna use the price of this protein powder. I just don't need any more containers of protein powder that I'm not gonna eat. I hope you understand. Right here, we got the regular white eggs. These aren't pasture raised, these aren't organic, these aren't cage free, and that's okay, because when you're on a budget, this is going to be like 95% as good as the pasture raised or the organic cage free. If you do have a little bit of extra budget, you can spend it on that, but it's not necessary. This is gonna give you the exact same macros. The others just have a little bit more micronutrients. This is gonna give us 5 grams of fat and 6 grams of protein per egg, like anything else. They're eggs, so gotta get some. You're getting some eggs too?
Yeah.
You already know you want some protein, right?
You know what I don't do anymore?
What?
Check.
You don't?
I roll check.
I just said I check my eggs. Make sure they're not cracked. You like living life on the edge, huh?
I made that decision about 5 years ago.
You've probably saved at least an hour.
He's just like me. Fuck it. I'm not checking no eggs, bro. If I got fleas, bro, it is what it is, bro. I'm just gonna enjoy. I'm gonna take that one to the chin and just charge it to the game, cause somebody had to, you know.
Your life.
Whoever did it,
Love it.
I did this for us.
We got a decision to make over here.
Shout
We
out
got
to
chicken
me.
breast or chicken thigh. The chicken breast is actually 50 cents cheaper at $2.49 a pound. This is $2.99 a pound, but we're bulking right now and we want a little bit of extra fat in our diet. And chicken thighs, if you have some taste buds, you know chicken thigh tastes a little bit better. It's gonna get us a little bit more calories. Yes, it is 50 cents more expensive, but I have a very special recipe coming up with this. Always buy the family pack because it's gonna be so much more cheaper per pound. We're bulking on a budget here. And as I was just saying, you don't need the organic, the grass-fed, the pasture-raised. If you're able to get it when it's the exact same price, go and get it. These are both $5.99 a pound, and this one is 100% grass-fed, grass-finished. An 85-15 beef like this is perfect for bulking because it has a bunch of fat in it, but also has a great source of protein, adds the calories for no extra price, and a lot of times it's cheaper than the leaner stuff. Kobe. Another great protein source is Greek yogurt. Yes, it does have some sugar in it, but we're gonna use that for a very specific reason. Make sure you're buying anything that you can buy in bulk. This container is gonna be so much cheaper per serving than if you were to get the mini cups of Greek yogurt because you are paying for convenience. That goes for literally anything across the board. We got some Greek yogurt going in the cart. But for one of our fruit sources, we have frozen blueberries. I like frozen for a few different reasons. One, they're gonna taste better because they are picked ripe and then they're frozen immediately. Two, they're gonna be cheaper because they don't go bad. You just put them in your freezer and you have them for whenever you want. And three, I like the texture of them. It's so much better. I think they taste better. So we definitely want some fruit. It's gonna give us some sugar, some micronutrients in there as well.
Oh, okay, I might just watch this video tomorrow too when I'm going to Aldi's, bro. I gotta go.
Editing magic. I missed. I'm gonna buy that blueberry and not put it back because I'm a good person. And now that the cart is filled, it's time to bring everything home, break it down into protein, carbs, and fats, and give you the grand total for everything.
That's gotta be like $100.
But first, I want you guys to guess down in the comments how much I spent on everything. And remember, a lot of this stuff will last me more than a week. Now for proteins, I kept it super simple. I have 4 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, 1 dozen eggs, 1 container of vanilla Greek yogurt, 1 pound of 85-15 grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef, and the protein right here. It's not the Aldi one, but you get it. And when we're bulking, we got a lot of carbs. This is what is going to fuel our workouts and allow us to actually put on that muscle and push. We got a big container.
I'm gonna lie, bro. Seeing this actually, like, I don't understand, bro. Because I'm actually trying to, like, bulk up, too. So I'm looking at this shit like, wow. Because I swear to God, I go to the grocery store and I'm just browsing around like, what the fuck do I get? Because when I used to go to the grocery store with my mom, we would go through every aisle and then, you know, she would buy whatever the fuck I wanted. If I wanted, like, I mean, whatever the hell she wanted. If I see some, like, candy or something, I would, like, grab it. But throw it in the car. You know, I didn't have to go home and think about chicken and beef and protein and carbs. Like, my mom like, had that figured out. But this shit is like, You know, seeing this, and I know what I can actually go shop. if I
One
go.
entire loaf of honey wheat bread, a 5-pound bag of jasmine rice, a 5-pound bag of big old russet potatoes, a 2-pound bag of
I gotta learn how to make
frozen
mashed
blueberries,
potatoes,
and a
bro.
nice little bear of honey. And for my fat sources, since most of my fat is gonna be coming from the proteins like the egg, the chicken thigh, and the beef, I only have 2 right here, but we got some 100% pure avocado oil and some peanut butter. And now for the miscellaneous items that don't fit into either one of those categories directly, we got 2 heads of broccoli, way more onions than I need, some mustard, and some Texas Pete hot sauce. And the grand total price came to $83.42, but remember, this is not all getting eaten in one day, and a lot of this stuff will last me longer than a week. So now I think it's time to make this into a delicious meal plan that you can actually follow.
I'll be prepping a 3,000 calorie bulking plan, but I'll
Hey,
include a 4,000 calorie version so that you can see how price and portions would scale if you wanted to eat more. I prep all of my food ahead of time so that I can see how.
Okay, so if I want the 3K meal plan, oh, okay, 3,000 calories. Okay, I still need like a couple more calories. So this would theoretically be better for me, but it's kind of like what I eat already on the. Yeah, it's kind of what my app says. Let me see. Okay, because my app says I need to have 457 grams of carbs a day, 122 grams of fat, and then 183 grams of protein. So he got more protein than I do. But then I need to acquire more carbs and fat. So I gotta be able to add more carbs to my.
Price and portions would scale if you wanted to eat more. I prep all of my food ahead of time so that I stay on meal plan and don't order food out, which will bust my budget. I also don't prep meals in tiny Tupperware. I prep ingredients instead. That way I can mix and match throughout the week for variety, which makes it way more sustainable. But if prepping individual meals helps you save time, go for it. So here's how I do it.
Okay, let's get to it.
Oh man, every superhero needs their cape.
I don't want to spend my whole day in the kitchen, but luckily, this whole prep shouldn't take very long at all.
And one of my best meal prep tips to save time is to start with the things that take the longest to cook, so that when they're cooking, you can be doing everything else. And that means we're starting with our chicken thigh.
First, check out this nifty Young LA cutting board. Code Casey to save on any of the clothes you saw me wear in this video. Anyway, back to the chicken. Take your chicken out of the package and trim off some of the excess fat. I've found that this excess fat adds a weird congealed texture when prepped and doesn't add any extra flavor, since chicken thigh is generally juicy enough as it is.
Oh, I found a bone. It said boneless, skinless. That's a bone.
It doesn't need to be perfect, just get what you can and discard the trimmings, but
season your damn food.
This is what makes it taste good, and you can switch it up as often as you'd like. Today, I'm just going with a generous amount of this caramelized onion butter seasoning and salt before I start mixing it up. And then remember that I forgot the mustard that I wanted, so throw that in there.
Mustard? Okay, yeah, I'm not doing all that, but.
And mix it up as well. For best results, marinate your chicken in the seasoning overnight, but if you're impatient like me,
now it's time to cook these thighs. I'm not talking about squats either.
On a parchment lined baking sheet, evenly lay your chicken out and throw it into a 375 degree preheated oven for 25 to 30 minutes or until it reaches an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. While that's cooking, it gives us enough time to start
I gotta find out.
It's as easy as grabbing a rice cooker, throwing in your desired amount. I'm going with 4.
Just about 20 piece nuggets from McDonald's. I mean, bro, to each his own, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people, this works. Some people, they rather just buy 20 piece McDonald's nuggets.
Cups, filling it with water, set it and forget it. But don't forget to
wash your damn rice. Strain it as many times as you need until the water runs clear. It's about 3 tries normally.
And around the same time your rice is done, your chicken should be coming out of the oven and looking beautifully cooked on the outside and juicy in the middle.
That shit does not look cooked.
Protein!
But chicken isn't the only protein I'll be prepping.
That shit does not look cooked.
Beef, like from cows. Me and you are totally cool, right? Anyway, you can brown this in a pan like normal, but
that shit looks raw. What the fuck?
4 ounces each. I quarter the pound and make them into individual patties so that there's no need to weigh them after they're cooked, which is just one less thing I have to worry about during the week. Use your hand as a burger press and smash one out.
What do you mean by that?
Pause. Once your patties are properly smashed, season them generously with salt, black pepper, and garlic powder on both sides. Get a pan on a medium-high heat burner and throw down your patties and let them cook until the tops start turning gray. Then flip them and...
Y'all seeing that my yard reaction? We're meal prepping.
That's probably like the only thing I know how to cook is beef.
While those
I swear,
for a few
bro,
minutes, start prepping your veggies. There's not much to say other than chop your broccoli into broccoli-sized pieces and dice your onions.
Some tree
Pack
trunks.
everything into large Tupperware containers for easy access and ability to mix and match different ingredients and meals throughout the week. All this took less than an hour. There's just one more thing to prep before we're ready to start eating in the morning. In a bowl or glass jar, combine 100 grams of oats and 50 grams of protein powder. I'm using my signature Rise Lemon Pound Cake protein that will be returning on Black Friday. You can use code Casey to save 15% off
bro.
any. Cover the oats with water, typically 2.5 times the weight that you had of oats, 250 grams in this case if you're a mathematician,
Typically how much
2.5
water?
times the weight that
Two
you
and a
had
half,
of
okay.
oats, 250 grams in this case if you're a mathematician, and to that add 30 grams of peanut butter.
Throw a lid on it
Yo, dude, thank you for the follow, bro.
and shake
Appreciate
that
it.
bad boy like crazy.
Optionally, microwave them for about a minute if you like them on the thicker side before storing in the fridge overnight and topping them with frozen blueberries in the morning. And congratulations, you've just made the perfect overnight oats.
Which gives us a quick and easy breakfast that you can grab.
Oh, that just looks like so complicated, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, it's not as complicated, but fuck, bro. That shit just looks like.
Take with you anywhere,
Oh, no.
all for less than $2. Plus, they taste incredible, and you can always change the flavor by mixing and matching different protein flavors and fruit. Well, I better not speak too soon because I hope they taste incredible. Let's see how it is. That is the easiest 10 out of 10 breakfast, hands down.
Starting off the day early with an easy 800 calories and 56 grams of protein is a surefire way to make sure you're hitting your calorie and macro targets while bulking, especially if you struggle to eat enough. Getting food in shortly after you wake up gives you the most amount of time between meals throughout the day to make sure your appetite is still high. And to make sure these amounts are actually hitting my macro targets for the day, I'll be tracking everything with Macro Factor. For meal 2, start by grabbing non-fat Greek yogurt, frozen blueberries, peanut butter, and honey. All you have to do is scan each item in and adjust it to the portion you have.
But that's not all Macro Factor does. We all know hiring
Oh
a coach
my
can cost
God, bro.
hundreds a month when you're
There's
listening
another
to
ad.
the work involved where you'll face that combines cents. First get a 14. So thank
Easily make this ahead of time if you want, but I prefer the blueberries firm, so I make it on the spot. It's as simple as combining all of your ingredients in a bowl and giving it a good mix.
And now you're left with a glorious Greek yogurt bowl that will serve
That does look
perfectly
kinda
as your
good.
pre-workout meal. Forget this, $1.54 is high in quick digesting carbs from the honey, blueberries, and sugar in Greek yogurt. Moderate amount of protein from the Greek yogurt and just a little bit of fats to slow the digestion down a little bit from that peanut butter. And did I mention, it's also absolutely delicious.
And although the food may be inexpensive, that doesn't mean it can't taste great and fuel your training properly. Making sure you have a proper pre-workout meal along with getting all of your macro and micronutrients in throughout the day will ensure you're getting great workouts, juicy pumps, and making optimal gains even on a budget.
Unreal.
And since this was the
This
pre-workout
actually did look kind
and
of
training
good. What do you use for
Yogurt
the
ingredient, but I
Okay, my bad. I forgot.
hands
Okay.
throughout the day. Greek yogurt,
Okay, so Greek yogurt. This. Okay, that makes sense. Let's go back.
mustard, chili, and
Wait, what the hell?
inexpensive, that doesn't mean it can't taste great and fuel your training properly. Making sure you have a proper pre-workout meal along with getting all of your macro and micronutrients in throughout the day will ensure you're getting great workouts, juicy pumps, and making
I got you.
optimal
Check IG
gains
after this.
even on a budget.
Unreal.
And since this was the pre-workout meal, I had a big pull workout on the horizon, so I headed off to the gym to crush it.
Wow. Is this guy sponsored by everything he does? God damn, even the gym?
This was an absolutely insane pump, and I felt so strong the entire time, which just goes to prove my point even more, but it's time to keep eating, baby.
The post-workout meal is an elevated chicken and rice bowl that you're sure to love. For meal 3, we'll need our pre-prepped chicken thigh, rice, broccoli, mustard, and avocado oil. Start by air frying your broccoli
I
at 400
gotta
degrees
start,
for about
like, meal
8
prepping
minutes
it more.
or until lightly crisp.
I gotta
Once
take this
ready,
thing more serious,
immediately
bro.
and generously season with
'Cause
salt,
the way
pepper,
bro
and
is
garlic
taking it-
powder. I'm not one to like broccoli,
obviously
but
gonna
this
see results.
genuinely makes it taste incredible. Then in a pan, optionally throw in some of your onion as well as your chicken and season once again with salt and pepper to taste. Reheating your chicken in a pan rather than the microwave is the best way to ensure that it doesn't come out rubbery after a few days in the fridge because trust me, I know nobody likes that. Lastly, heat up your rice, assemble your bowl with avocado oil, mustard, chicken, and broccoli, and enjoy.
I don't even normally like broccoli, but when you air fry it and season it like this, it's actually really good. The chicken thigh also came out amazing.
Meal 4 will be a hearty dish including beef, potatoes, broccoli, and optionally some hot sauce. Chop your potatoes into bite-sized pieces and let them soak in an ice bath for 10 minutes. Drain the water, pat dry with paper towels, season with salt, and air fry on 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes or until golden brown. The broccoli is the same process as before, so no need to go over that. Throw your beef patty onto a medium pan to reheat and get ready to indulge.
And for the low price of $2.26, this is what I'm calling the poor man's steak and potatoes.
Having another meal of chicken would have been easier and cheaper, but I try to vary the protein sources as much as my budget allows. It makes a huge difference for sustainability and ensures I'm getting a diverse nutrient profile, which is why the last meal of the day includes 3 eggs, 4 slices of bread, and 20 grams of peanut butter.
That's the
I
last
hope you know
meal?
where I'm going with this. Crack 3 eggs into a bowl and beat them like, well, I'll leave the rest of the sentence up to you. Dunk each piece of bread in your eggs and then directly into a hot pan. Flip and top with peanut butter and optionally sugar-free maple syrup if
I like
you're
French
feeling
toast.
extra rich.
And now you have gourmet tasting French toast for $1.05 with 38 grams of protein that tastes like you're cheating on your diet.
And just like that, 5 delicious meals, over 3,000 calories, and 185
Bro,
grams
this
of
actually
protein,
doesn't look
all for
horrible.
just
I'm kind of
$8.71.
intrigued. I look, you might just
You
get
can
this shit
bulk on a
tomorrow,
budget
bro.
And enjoy your meals at the same time. It just takes a little bit of love.
Like, it's actually just not like looks. I mean, the mustard just looks disgusting on the rice, but other than that, this is actually really like.
If you want these exact meal
it
plans
looks like it makes
or the
sense,
full
you know?
grocery list, I've left them down in the description box below. If you found this useful, make sure
Okay,
to
I might just tap in with bro, but I mean, hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys tomorrow.